Good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody to, oh, something wrong with the mic over here. Maybe it's too loud. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Welcome to the New York session here. This is the 12th November. And man, my mic is sounding pretty weird right now. Is my audio okay? I guess it's okay. Oh, there's some static. Yeah, I think so too. There's something off. All right, let's do this here. All right, testing. Yeah, it should be good now. Yeah, it's good now. Yeah, I can hear myself in my earphones, so that's why I knew there was something off. All right, let's get the Gulag here. Gulag is also here. Pretty good. Awesome. So when I came on the charts, I looked at gold. I saw that gold was ranging, and gold was ranging. So I was like, okay, awesome. Gold's ranging. Probably nothing to do here on gold. So I took a look at GPJPY over here, and let's do some fresh analysis on GPJPY. So daily candles coming down. We're coming bearish, maybe coming down to this area 138, 300 to do a retest to continue up. Who knows? We'll take a look at the 4-hour here now. 4 hours also coming bearish. 4-hour has respected previous 4-hour candle high. So I think there's some possibility for price to probably continue down to fill this wick, which is like 15 pips away, 17 pips away. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour candle is also coming bearish, but it's in this range over here. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute seems like if this 30-minute breaks the low of the previous one right over here, I think it should continue moving down, but it's in a range. It's in a range at this point, so it's going to be very difficult, right? It's in a very small range. I think a really good trade is going to be below this support right here, 138,670, 138,660. That's going to be a really good trade. And the reason why is because you got clean candles here to the left-hand side. Because as candles come into this vicinity, in this area, they will look left and they'll say that, okay, like, we had clean candles moving up, so we might have a cleaner range or a cleaner move coming back down. So it's like a 30 pip range. So this is a better range to take a trade in for sell. So that's where I'm going to be putting my effort into looking for sells in that area.
Ciao.
Hey, hello there. Oh. All right. All right, let's take a look at this chart here sent from the Gulag. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at pre-markets here. So we're gonna head over to pre-markets here. Negative, negative 122, negative 116. I don't even know why I look at these, but like mostly this is where you can gauge where US30 is gonna go. So you can see how this is negative, not super negative, but this is also like even, 53 points, even, not that bad. So looking at US30, if it's in a range at this point. If you look on the 30-minute, you look on the 1 hour. 1 hour is just ranging. I mean, you have a support down here. You have a potential break out of this minor resistance, and seems like we're trying to do some sort of a retest to continue. If we form like a support, then it seems like we can basically try to continue moving up. Hope you're having a great week. Awesome, 0 losses so far. Yes, so far 0 losses this week, but let's not jinx it. So you broke the low here. Normally, if this was a bigger range, if this was, let's say, 20 pip range, then I would have been taking this sell right over here. As it's breaking the low, stops kept above the candle for it to move down. But I want to wait for price to break below this area and then take sells going down towards 138,400. I think that's going to be a very good move. Because now look, the 4-hour candle is coming down to fill this wick. So next thing is going to be the break of this support. And then we can continue moving bearish. Price went to grab liquidity on the upside to continue down, most likely break off 138,680. Yeah, I think so too. Because, in pre-London we had made this low right over here. Price went up, started consolidating in London session. We saw some sort of consolidation over here before pre-NY. And now we're coming into the New York session, pre-New York session, and we're coming down to the support. So this support was held in London session as well. So it's like a kind of like a big deal, right? Because it was held in London session, and London session is a very, very volatile session. It was held here, so so we'll have to be careful of this area here and wait for price to break and whatnot. Ooh, looks like some people took sells over here as well. As price broke to support, 15-minute form bearish. Yeah, I guess the probability wasn't there, or I guess there was this wick area here. Also, I guess if you took sells once we broke below, yeah, So that was the odds of price not trying to move, or maybe we had this rejection here on the 4-hour, which kind of like, yeah. But yeah, I would have taken these sells here as well in London session, and they wouldn't work. I would have said, okay, you know what? Maybe the probability wasn't on our side this time. So if we break below 138,677, then obviously we're going to continue moving down. All right. Would you wait and see if the market retests at 138,677 before continuing down? See, here's the thing. When you're trading something as volatile as GPJPY, you know that if price will break and close, let's say, somewhere over here, I might be looking for an impulse entry with the next candle to break the low of the previous one and to continue down. Something like what happened right over here, right? We broke the low, we continued down, obviously, so it's kind of like the same thing I might be looking for here. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, let's take a look at this chart of gulag. Sent in the gulag. Come on. Oh, what's this? GJ, 4 hours. So you're looking at sells below this area, 138, whatever this price is. Okay. Looks good. So you'll have to wait here for a little bit. All right, this candle's coming down to a close. The 15-minute candle is coming down to a close at this point. So we really want it to close and then probably see what we're going to do. Let's take a look at this chart here. If price starts to break or close below this zone, we would come down over here. Yes, exactly. Just waiting here now. Did you catch the sells overnight? Nope. Ooh, Luca got the sell over here. Very nice. Good. So you're basically done for the day now. Just one trade. Put stops at break even, and that's it. Done for the day. Hey, the idea I have is based on the daily wick zone. Although there was a bit of a bad UK news, the optimism from vaccines still remains. Do you feel the previous daily high could be retested provided fresh supports formed? Yeah, I mean, if you think price is going to go up, then obviously we need price to break above, 138, 970, 980. Then we can say, okay, price is going to go up. So then you got this range over here, like 20 pip range, and then the next range you got right over here in 30-minute, from 139 200 all the way towards 139 400, 22 pip range. So then you can look for sells if price breaks above these areas. But right now we're in a range. This is ranging right now. We got a resistance at 138 980, support at 138 670. We're basically ranging in this 20 pip range, so we need to kind of break out of this area. AUD USD resistance formed, waiting for a bearish break to continue bearish. I think at the same time you should also look for potential buys too. Like, if price does go up, how will it go up, where will it go up, where the target's going to be, and those sort of things. Always, whenever you're doing analysis, always look to see how will price move bullish, or what would make it move bullish and what would make it move bearish. Because in this case, I know I'm looking for sells, but at the same time, I'm not discounting the buys. I know that the buys can also play out. So I'm constantly also looking for buys as well above, 138, 980, somewhere over here. So gotta be really quick. Hey, based on the given the trade a second chance, let's say I entered on the close of this candle which stops above the previous resistance. Price gets stopped out here. Enough range here, good lord. Yeah, so in this case, you could give a second chance as this candle was coming down here. Right? If you're really, really involved in this area right here. So that way you could have done it. Sorry, I'm new here. Could you explain why you put the gray areas there? Oh, this gray area, this is basically just a target. That's where my target is if we break below the support. Because if the 4-hour breaks below the support, then the 4-hour is coming down to the... Okay, let's just make this a little cleaner here. Then the 4-hour has a higher probability to come down to the next 4-hour support, right? That's why I have this gray area right over here. And yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty good target here on 30-minute and the 1-hour time frame as well. So just got to wait at this point. Gold is also ranging. Let's take a look at your JPY here. Your JPY is also coming down. 4-hour is in range. Oh, it's still respecting this resistance we had from yesterday. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, it's also at resistance. Let's see. Yeah, it's at resistance. It's kind of like coming down to this resistance area from before, which we broke out. So we'll see. Hey, Roja, had 3 positions on this trade, closed 2 of them at first support, left 1 running. Oh, nice. Looks like the gulag is getting smarter day by day. What's this? Oh, this is the volatility index. Oh, so you're using price action on volatility index. See, it works. From resistance, secured profits. Target is down there. You got clean candles here. Yeah, so yeah, it should work. So see, we're waiting for the candle to either break below or break above right now because it's just ranging at this point. When price is ranging, you just gotta wait. Like a ranging price is just like, okay, market's taking a break over here. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is wicks don't lie. 30-minute was pushing down after breaking the high over here. Oh, after rejecting the high, I guess. It took a sell when we broke the low here and then continued down. Man, beautiful. Beautiful. Well done. When you started trading for $700 account, what was your lot size? It was 10-cent lots. 10-cent lots, 20-cent lots. It wasn't a really big lot size per se, but like once the account went to like $1,000 or $1,100, didn't really know about risk management at the time. So I think I was using multiples of 10 lots. So total I was using like 70-cent lots, 80-cent lots, That's when I didn't know about risk management, like when the account was at 1,200, 1,300. Raja, can you put that chill music, which you always have? Yeah, the chill music is playing right now. Chill music is on like Donkey Kong. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh, this is analysis. Established resistance, minor support formed, candle closed bullish at resistance, open buy position here. I don't think this is going to be a good idea to open a buy position because we're at resistance. This is why people fail all the time. Because you guys need to wait for price to break above. Because look, this resistance on gold is really strong. It got rejected before London. Price came up again at London. After London opened, rejected that again. So you'll need a strong close above this area for price to continue up. And I would also advise, like, if you're doing analysis, just don't do don't do multiple analysis in one day. Do like one or two analysis. You know, sometimes guys say, hey, you know, this is just a paper analysis. Even that, let's say you've taken 2 trades, right? You've taken 2 trades and now you're doing 2 or 3 paper analysis. Those paper analysis, that still counts as overtrading, because now you're using your mental energy to look at the charts and trying to find like a trade, even though you're not taking that trade, but then you're constantly monitoring it. But if it doesn't work, then you kind of get like frustrated that, oh man, like this isn't working, because mentally you're still over trading. So there's a fine line between, like, you know, spending a lot of time on the charts versus just doing 1 or 2 analysis and coming back the next day, because you need that mental rest. After a break below 138.650, would you put a stop loss above the previous candle, maybe 138.861? It depends which candle closes, right? I mean, if the next candle starts closing below here, then probably have the stop above that candle, you know. So right now we just don't know, because there's still 15 minutes left for this candle to close. So just gotta wait to see how this candle is going to close. So not only no overtrading, but also no overanalyzing makes sense, because sometimes one can get confused by trying to make sense of every move, try to look for opportunities everywhere. That's absolutely true. It's really easy to get confused. Really, really, really easy. So, you know, like overtrading, overanalyzing, over chart work, it's all the same thing. After the streams, I don't look at the charts till the Asian session. When the Asian session comes around, then I'm going to look at the charts, assign my analysis, and that's it. And then the next time I look at the streams, I look at the charts to take trades, are in these live streams here. Let's take a look at this chart. This is a small range from bigger London. Trend was bearish. I gave my chance for impulse entry. Oh, beautiful. A little bit like aggressive impulse entry. Nice stop loss. Nice TP. Very nice. Looks like people got the same trades here in GJ. Oh, what's this? Price broke support on November 12 Asian session. Place sell stops below this area. Oh, nice. So you won the trade. Won the trade, 25 pips. Do magic keys work on FX, soft for FX? No, they don't work on soft for FX. All right, let's take a look at this Gulag trade here. Gulag, people sending charts in the Gulag. Euro JPY. Price rejected 1-hour resistance, entered after the engulfing bar. You're anticipating price to continue down. When was this entry taken? 378, 350. Oh, nice. So still moving down over here. See now, so this is a counter trend trade in an uptrend. Even though it can move down, but if I was watching Euro JPY, I would look for a buy. I would wait for price to create support and then take a buy, because essentially what has happened price has made a high at 124.480. We made a high and now we're coming down, maybe to create a support to maybe retest the high, you know. So you gotta trade the trend. You gotta trade the trend. Hey, I'm new here. First, thanks for this live stream. In GJ, did you put sell stop and buy stop, or will you put the order instant? I'm gonna execute a market order. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for price to break below 138, let's say 660 here. Let's do potential sells below 138, 660. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for over here today. Potential sells below 138, 660. Donde understand why I have more better entries in pre-New York and NY session and not on London. Oh, why I have more better entries in pre-NY and NY session and not on London session? Is this something I can actually affect? Yes. So basically, what you're doing is you basically told us that you're more profitable in the New York session than you are in the London session. So I think the best thing for you to do at this point is to just quit the London session and just focus on New York session, right? Because what used to happen with me was I used to trade the Asian session, I used to trade the London session, New York session, and it was a big mess, right? What was happening was that I would make some money, you know, in the Asian session, London session, it was always a loss. New York session was mostly a win. So I was constantly at break even because I was trying to trade all these sessions. So I think the best thing for you to do would be to just focus on one session. You know, one session which you can say you're most profitable on. Just take a look at that. You know, and just focus on that one session. All right, someone sent 2 charts. I'm just gonna view one chart. Let's see what this chart is. This is gold, 1 hour chart. Clean traffic to the left, waiting for price to close above resistance or wait for support. Okay. You can also look for gold buys above this area, 1872, because if we break above 1872, then there's a possibility for price to come up towards 1877, and that's a pretty good range here as well. That's like a 50 to 60 pip range up there for gold. And obviously if we break down 1868, then you got a range coming down here. So gold is in a pretty good spot. It's ranging. It tried breaking down, couldn't sustain its move down, went back up in the range. So, you know, if this is a fake out, it should continue moving bullish, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, this analysis is on the 1 hour. If 1 hour closed above resistance 30 minutes longer, would you consider take a buys on 1 hour time frame? Let's take a look at the 1 hour here. Yeah, you know what? Having it break on the 30-minute would be much better. Above, I would say the 30-minute. Hey, what insight do you have about how government Bailey speech could impact GBPY moves at 11:45? No idea. It could go either way. They got a lot of things to worry about. They got Brexit coming on. They have the vaccine optimism there. So a lot of things happening. Not really sure how that's going to move stuff. BEO, Bank of Bailey speaks. Lagarde is also speaking. Ooh, Fed Chair is also speaking. Yeah, I think it's going to be a very, very volatile time at this point. And I'm going to be at the gym at this time as well, so I'm not going to be looking at the charts. USD CPI, yeah, it's going to cause some sort of volatility here. You got unemployment news as well, so man, we're looking at some bad unemployment claims here too. It's going to be pretty high. If it's high, this is bad, right? If this number is high, then it's bad, because a high number means that there are more people claiming unemployment. That's what basically means. And coming from NFP was also, oh wait, NFP was good, right? Yeah, NFP was good. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here. So far, we're still in a range over here. And your JPY is turning up, but going back in sort of this consolidation area here. So far, there are no trades at this point. If someone's in the trade, I'd be very surprised if someone's in some sort of a trending market trade. But right now. All right, let's take a look at this. This is GJ, 30-minute. Candle closed below support. Right here, closed full position at rejection. Plus 6 pips. Okay, entered after 5 and broke the previous. Okay, it's good. I think this was risky. And the reason why I would say it was risky was because, you know, price had already fallen. I think this was your candle right here, the selling candle right here. This is trying to sell the low, and after this, you know, price mostly comes to do a resistance and then goes down. So please avoid taking, you know, sells at the very, very bottom. Yeah, oh yeah, this was the one that basically reversed, I think. Ooh, wrong chart. Wrong chart from the Zoom chat. How is this possible? Have a suggestion for magic keys. This new feature for multiple TP is awesome, but it would be better if it get activating by hitting enter button as how it was before. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna put that forward to our team. All right. Going through your live stream from September 2019. September 2019. Last year. September 2019. I realized that pound JPY moves same as you said always. Thank you for the live stream. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, man, that's why we have those live streams. I mean, you have the live streams from last November, September, August, October. You got a lot of data there. A lot of data on this channel here. All right, what's this? Entry over here. Booked the profit, exited the trade. Beautiful. Booked the profit, exited the trade. Why is this thing being denied? It's the wrong chart. Yeah, it's the wrong chart. You need to send the correct chart. Can't open it. All right. What do you think of Forex rebates? They work. For a long time, I was using the my FX book rebates. I think the first 6 months while I was trading. Yeah. And any way to make your face camera larger? Maybe move to the bottom left hand corner instead and make bigger. Oh, you want to see me? I don't know. Now I don't think I want to make it larger anymore. I want to make it much more smaller now. Maybe someone's trying to make memes. Hey, what's this? Today at London session, GJ did a fake out to the downside and moved bullish, which was against the intersession trend. Was it because of this move? The line there was thought would had a stronger recovery with a huge gap. What time was this move? Oh, this was at London Open. Let's take a look here. Well, basically, if you look at it from the 4-hour perspective, it came down to an area where 4-hour candle rejected resistance. I don't necessarily go based off of news all the time. I just go based off of technicals, right? Because if I was in this cells and I saw a price coming down, obviously I would say that, okay, like, you know what, we got clean candles to the left hand side, the price should continue all the way down, but at the same time, you have to be cautious of this rejection, which was here before as well. So maybe that's why the rejection was formed. I mean, this candle closed bearish would have given, like, you know, more confidence that price should continue down. But I guess there was this wick here, and plus, you're right, maybe the news came and it kind of like nullified this analysis there. But as we can see here now, price is coming down. We got almost like 2 minutes left for this candle to close. And it's really important we wait for this candle to close. There are 2 minutes left, so you should wait. The 30-minute candle is also closing on your JPY. There's no trade at this point because it's at a resistance. See this resistance on the 30-minute time frame? We're at a resistance over here.
Raja.
Hey.
Hi. Do you think like, see, there are 3 heavy bearish candles. So even if it breaks that support, we should wait for the retest?
Yeah, you should. I mean, if you want to. So what I'm going to do is if this candle closes with a wick and the next one breaks the low, I'm going to look to take sells for price to continue down. How can I be able to understand fundamental analysis properly? Fundamental analysis, it takes a long time because you have to understand, right? Fundamentals are changing every day. Every day there's some new news. Every day there's something new things happening. So they're changing like every day, right? So every news comes out. So like let's say basically you have to get really good at specific news, right? So if you look at CPI and you want to get good at CPI, so you're going to read the CPI news once and then you're going to wait for the CPI news to happen again. And then you have to see it happen like 10 times, 15 times, and then come to a conclusion that, okay, based on previous CPIs, these things happen. And then you can try to like formulate an idea around CPI news events. Same thing goes for like, you know, core CPI and unemployment claims and NFPs. So it takes a very, very long time. It's a consistent effort when you're looking at fundamentals. All right, this candle's about to close over here. And what I'm looking to do is, so your JPY is ranging, it'll need to break this resistance here. So going back to GJ, if it closes with the wick, that's going to be a good time for me to take an entry once we break the low. But if it doesn't, then I'm probably going to have to miss the trade, right? Because this, see this candle, the previous candle closed with no wick, a little bit like no wick over there. So I'm not entering at this point. Nothing. I'm going to wait. Let's take a look at the 4-hour here. 4-hour filled the wick, continued down. 1-hour candle has closed. Next one is coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna wait over here. The candle closed with no wick at this point. So it broke below this area. It didn't close with any wick. It's coming up. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, if we break this low, here's what I'm thinking at the same time. If we break this low, and if I can have a stop above this current candle, can we have a good trade coming down here? 20 pips, 15 pips. Could happen. Could happen. So either I'm going to wait for price to create some sort of a resistance, a minor resistance, or break the low over here for price to continue down towards 138,400. Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. What's this? I bought a course 1 year ago, but it didn't help me. Last week I found the Forex family live streams, and I've learned more here than the paid courses. Oh. All right, mates and mateys. We are coming back down. Yeah, probably an impulse entry. Looking at an impulse entry, the stop is going to be above this current candle here. But the only thing I don't want to take a loss because I'm having a blue week all week. This week I've had 0 losses, so I'm really making sure that I don't take a losing trade. So I'm waiting right now. Would you count that week as a retest? Count that week as a retest? I don't know. So we'll be waiting once it turns bearish, then we know it's trying to break down, and then I'm going to take an impulse entry to continue down. Oh, there we go. I entered a sell at this point, right over here, as it came down. The stop is above this wick over here, but just as it's coming up over here, I'm not getting good vibes from this now. Because it got activated way too fast. The OJPY is also kind of like ranging at this point, so it's going to get very difficult here. You know, so you'll need a good break above 124.460 for price to move up. But I do think I'm a bit early at this point here. So my stop is around, 10 pips, targeting around, 138.400. So yeah, I think the entry is way too early. Man, it's going to be the first loss of this week over here. Well, at least we know how to manage our trades at this point. Do you always need a wick to get filled like this on GJ, for example? Is it the best scenario? Yeah, I mean, you have this whole area here to the left-hand side, but also there's some sort of a rejections there too. So you know what I'm going to do? Since this 5-minute candle is about to close, yeah, probably going to stay in this trade here. Yeah, I'm going to stay in here and see what happens. I mean, if I lose, I'm losing 10 pips here. And if I lose, I'm losing around... Yeah, I'm risking 10 pips there. So, that's fine. We'll stay in it. Risking 10 pips to make 14, 15 pips and potentially more pips. I think that's a pretty good idea. Our bias is bearish. 4 hour is bearish. 1 hour is bearish. This 1 hour is kind of like doing a little dance over here. Still very, very early in this 1 hour candle, to be honest. Looking at the 30 minutes also very, very honest, to be honest. Very, very early, to be honest. Looking at 15 minutes about to close in 10 minutes. So we'll see what happens over here. The 5-minute candle just closed. So we just need to, if we break this low here, then we're continuing down. You know, and then the overall 15-minute candle is also coming bearish. So staying very vigilant of this area. Gold is still ranging over here. Your JPY is not printing good stuff. Your JPY is kind of like ranging over here. Ooh, we're going in profits here now. A little bit. Coming back in drawdown. How would you manage risk? The way I would manage risk is if this 15-minute candle closes bullish, then I'm going to close 50%. And that's about it. So that's how I'm going to manage risk. Can you please take a look at my failed trade so I can know what I did wrong? Thank you very much. All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this trade here. All right, price made a support and downtrend. Very true. Candle closed bearish, breaking the support. So I entered. Yeah, see, this is what we were talking about earlier. This was just probability of it not happening. Because if you look on the 15-minute time frame here, this 15-minute was also bearish. I guess there was this wick here that was kind of like forming some sort of issues. And when this kind of broke the high, then it would have been like, okay, you know what? It's no longer working anymore. So it is what it is. So maybe there wasn't enough. The probability wasn't in that favor. Plus also, I think we had news over here too, 3M. Yeah, we had news here too. So I think that also affected price. But so far here, this is running pretty good at 563 entry. And should actually continue down here. I think. Ooh, nice. Look at that move coming down. All right, boys and girls, at this point, we're almost up 10 pips at this point here. Gonna look to secure positions and then put the stops to break even here. How many pips are we looking for? There's no we. There is you and there's me and then there's everyone else. There's no we. All right? We does not exist in this world. It's only you. You know? You, me, and... So this isn't a social service over here. We're not social workers. All right, let's take a look at your JPY. Your JPY is also coming down here. Yeah, it's coming down. See, now the structure on your JPY is not that friendly at all. Structure on GJ is way too friendly. Is extremely friendly over here. Because we had clean candles. All right, beautiful. We got 10 pips right there. Going to secure positions, and I'm going to put stops at break even at this point. And yeah, that's about it. Put stops at break even, and that's it. Got one trade. Done. You know, so if it comes up to break even, I got stopped out at break even. But if it continues down, man, made profit. You know, some sort of profit here. So still having a blue week here so far. Securing profits is basically an art, you know, because you got to be really quick. You got to be on the ball whenever you secure profits. So, you know, like if you, like this wasn't enough pips, but if your stops are at break even, I think it still has potential to continue down because we got clean range to the left hand side. We got extremely clean range there to the left hand side. Like, you know, so put stops at break even, man. Things are going to go well, are going to go smooth. I mean, we do this every day. Got a trade yesterday, won the trade. We're at 471. Yeah, beautiful.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, good morning. All right, awesome. Awesome move here. Secured my positions here again. Booked around 11 pips at this time, first thing in the morning. So congratulations, everyone who took the same trade. You won the trade first thing in the morning. You got scammed early with Raja Banks, right? Right? Raja Banks and team. So look how this candle closed with no wick, right? Candle closed with no wick. Waited for the support to break. Support broke. Waited. Once candle retraced and then entered. I think our max drawdown was about 4 pips. 4 pip drawdown. Secured 11 pips, 12 pips. Let the rest run at break even. If it runs more in profits, man, beautiful. That's amazing. It's also Thursday. Technically, this should be the last day you should be trading for the week, because Fridays are Freaky Fridays. You know, so the gulag, if you guys took this trade, you guys won the trade, give a like on the stream. Come on, at least give a like on the stream. I do this for free. You know, people out there charge for live streams. I do this for free. Giving everyone free money. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This chart is, if kind of entered sells, partial TP at 10 pips, stops to break even. Awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look, gold ranged, nothing over here. Your JPY, not that clean at all. But GJ, man, awesome. Awesome. I made $1,000 from this trade. I made $1,000 from this trade. You know, last year and a half ago, I'd be making, let's say, $200 from this trade. You know, $200, $250. But I've been focusing on 10 pips for the last 4 years, 10 pips. And the only thing has changed, the lot size have changed. That's it. Everything just remains the same. The moves remain the same. The pips remain the same. Analysis remain the same. The only thing that changes in a trading plan are your lot sizes. That's it. Nothing else changes. You know, and more lots mean more money, man. And look at that. It's coming down here. 138,400 coming down pretty soon. I have a question. Do you let the rest run or do you close all? That depends on you. You know, that basically depends on you whether you want to let the whole thing run or you want to close something. That's totally on you. But if you have taken this trade and you have secured profits, please call it a day. Don't lose these profits. Man, I won this trade. I'm going to hold these to my heart. I'm having a blue week so far. I'm not going to fuck that up. No, so you have to be very careful. You know, you can't, if you made $8 profit, you made $80 profit, $8,000 profit, doesn't matter. You are blue for the day, you know. So man, I'm in the top 10% here today. I won the trade today. You know, if you won the trade today, you're in the top 10%. So if you're in the top 10%, that's it. You're a winning trader today. Oh, someone got 2 wins today. Damn. In the top 5%. Look at this gold still ranging. Your JPY is coming down to this area too. So the only good trade was here in GJ, right? And we got it. Look left, clean traffic, clean candles here to the left, right? Clean candles. So now you got to go and enjoy your day here. I had $10 in profit. I'm happier with my $10 than you with your $1,000. That's it. That's awesome. Took my first 1-lot trade after a successful 3-month run. 22 pips, literally blew all week. Oh, beautiful. Someone sent me a DM on Slack. Yeah, I'm going to look at it after. After a long time, this week has been good for me. Kept losses small, stayed disciplined. Thank you, Raja Banks, for the great teachings in the database. The change is happening. I can feel it. I can see it. Man, you know what? A point comes in your trading career that you can actually feel the change happen. Like once you get your discipline down, once you get to the point that, okay, I'm only going to focus on one trade a day. If you only focus on one trade a day after 1 month or after 2 months, you will start to see a change. But the only time you can fuck that up is to start over trading. You take one trade a day and then you take another trade, you take another trade, and all that consistent, disciplined effort just goes out the window. So I took what the market gave me and that's it. I'm good. What was your account size when you were making $200? I don't know, like 4,000, 5,000, something like that. Shout out to Kenya. Oh, let's take a look at US 30 over here. Someone mentioned it fell down. Oh, it did reject that area. It's ranging here too. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is entered when 30-minute and 1 hour closed below resistance over here. Entered another position when we broke the, oh, beautiful. Excellent, this is amazing. So we entered the first entry here, and then Mr. Lohit got another entry when it broke the low over here. Awesome. Beautiful. Now, normally when a candle closes with no wick, there's a 50-50 chance that price may go up or it may go down, because having no wick means there's no range for next candle to go. But I think in this case, the probability was in our favor more, because I think we moved up in the first half, and then once we started moving down, then there was high probability. Also because we had clean range here to the left hand side. See this, we had a clean range. So maybe that's why the probability was in our favor, even though the candle closed with no wick. I couldn't take this entry, got busy. Can I see a second entry once resistance is formed at 138, 500? Yeah, I mean, if price comes up, creates like a minor resistance, because essentially what has happened here is price has basically made a low at this point, right? We've made a technical low here. So if price retraces, creates like a minor resistance, then there's a high probability for it to come down and retest this low. And the reason why is because we broke a support which was tested at pre-London. We broke a support that was rejected at the London Open, and then we broke this support, right? So this is a very, very strong support because it was rejected pre-London and London Open. Becomes extremely strong. Then New York session, boom, breaks the support. So if it forms a resistance, there's a high probability it's going to come down to retest this low over here. And also we got clean candle to the left hand side. You know, look on the 4 hour, you got room coming down towards 138.320. Even though price can come down to 138.320, I just secured what I secured all the time, you know, and letting the rest run. So I mean, if it runs down, awesome. If it doesn't, still awesome. Got 2 wins today, 1 EG buys, and now GJ sells, all thanks to you. Oh, okay. The scammer got lucky today. Oh, and yesterday. Gulag people are always mad, man. You win, they're mad. You lose, they're mad. you lose, they're super mad because they over risk. You would have made £200 last year, so your account was 4K last year. No, man, I think people really overthink a lot of things. You guys really need to start focusing on what you're doing with your time, with your money, with your lot size. Stop overthinking what everyone else is doing. If I was, let's say, doing a $5,000 account, maybe I had $50,000 in my bank account. Maybe next day I deposited that $50,000. I think people really need to focus on where your own progress is doing and how you will get to where you want to be. You know, my situation was different. I didn't come to trading to make money. I already had money. Trading was just to see, okay, if this is a new challenge, let's see if I can dominate this challenge. You know. Can I tell you funny story how I missed the trade? If it's quick, yeah, we can listen to it.
Hey, Rakeel. So basically, once the price was on this upper resistance on the 15-minute or up next, yeah. So my magic key was turned on the next resistance up there.
Yeah, we get it. We get it.
And once my magic key was like this light was not on, you know, so I pressed like enter the trade once we broke this this low over here, and basically it didn't enter the trade, and I was like, okay, I will not even look at the numbers because sometimes I take profits earlier, and so when I look at the numbers, so I was just focused on the charts. And then once we came to 136,700, I pressed like take profit, and I came to my PC, and it was like, oops, no trade.
Oh, there was no trade in it.
That's something. That's not something that happened to me.
I did catch now once the 1 hour candle closed below this support. I went on the 5-minute, and once if you can go to the 5-minute, I can show you. So yeah, once this 5-minute candle rejected this support over there, yes, I entered once that candle closed with that rejection, and yeah, took my profit at 450, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. You got a winning trade here too.
Move on gold.
Wow, gold is still ranging over here.
Yeah, it's been ranging since London.
Great to finally be out of the gulag. Oh yeah, welcome, welcome. Being in Zoom is like a fresh air. You come in Zoom, you're like cool breezes come to you. You're like, ah, so nice, no delay, nothing. All right, looks like we're going to come to our target here at 138,400. We're at 138,419. 138,418. Can we get to the 400, 413, 402, 401? Oh, target reached!
Nice.
Target reached
Nice,
on
nice.
GJ. Yay, congratulations.
Yes. Wow, I banked
Nice.
10 pips.
10 pips.
Wow.
There we go. We got the winner coming out. How to close partial position, please. That exact sentence, I'm going to put it in Google because it came from the gulag. How to close partial position, MT5. Hit enter. The first video is right there. This is why you're in the gulag. You're not progressing because you failed to use. I'm going to stop with roasting today because you got to win a trade here.
Yeah, come on, man. Vibes. Chill.
Just good vibes. Have good vibes. But man, awesome. Awesome. The gulag won today. Man, free money. Wow. Crazy. Everyone got scammed today. If in the gulag people you got scammed to make a winning trade, just say we got scammed. Just write we got scammed here today. So we can show everyone the entire gulag got scammed today.
You say how I run it, right?
No, I closed everything.
Oh man.
This thing is heading down to 300.
Oh, 300. Yeah. Oh, look at that. The whole gulag got scammed today.
He's going to 138,
Ooh.
200. Come on, man. Please. Come on, man.
What? I said 300, bro.
But 200, brother. 200. It's not being greedy. It's just the structure is there to continue going to the 200.
All right,
But
look,
that's okay, man. You know.
my screen is not that big. I can go
Oh,
left
wow.
too much.
Beautiful.
All right. Very nice.
Oof. Man, the runners are doing great here. Whoever's holding runners.
Yeah, I was just hoping that you had a runner there.
No, I closed everything.
Gucci, Gucci, Gucci.
Oof, coming down straight to that 4-hour support. Take a look at this. Coming straight down to the support.
Yes, my brother.
Now, this is where you should start securing, really start securing positions. Because from this, we don't know whether price is going to reject or it's going to continue moving down. It's GJ, it might just continue moving down. But at the same time, you got to secure something. Let's get Kervin's face up in here. Oh. Not here today.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh. Yeah, man. 30-minute candle looks beautiful. And the next one should continue just straight down.
Yep. Man, elections has been amazing. This elections has been super great. Like I started with 10,000. It's sitting at, what's it sitting at here? Yeah. Sitting at around 31. Would you trade another one? No. I'm not taking another trade. I'm done. I took one trade. You know how hard is it to get a winning trade? Do you guys even understand how hard is it to get a winning trade? It's super hard to get a winning trade. And when you can get a winning trade, it's like getting that perfect girl or guy who's going to take care of you for the rest of your life. That's how hard it is to get a winning trade. You know, you get a winning trade, you get profits, secure those profits, and just call it a day. Because now you're in the top 10%. Your runner ran down to support, now you're in the top 5%.
Then you got dumped.
Yeah, exactly. So if you try to look for another trade, man, I mean, if someone who didn't take a trade, I think a good idea would be to see like a minor resistance form and then continue down. But other than that, if you've taken a sell, you want to trade, just call it a day. Look how my friend Kervin looks here. Like, you know, he's 19, happy, no stress, no wrinkles. Why? Because he secures profits. You know?
19.
He has no stress over here.
Look at me, I'm losing hair already.
Macedonian.
Macedonian is here. But yeah, I'm losing hair already.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm playing. I don't lose hair.
Wow, what a beautiful trade over here. Wow. Gold ranged, US 30 ranging, Euro JPY was just having some ugly seizures over here. But GJ, man, crazy. You know how many times we've seen GJ move without a retest? And now we're getting more confident in executing without retests on GJ because we've studied it and we know it now. I haven't been in the call long. Are you watching gold right now? If so, what are your thoughts? My thoughts on gold are that we are at resistance here on the 30-minute. And for gold to move up, we need to break this resistance. Also, there's news coming in an hour, so maybe gold is ranging because it's waiting for that news. We got CPI coming in, we got core CPI, unemployment claims, man, like a little mini hurricane is coming for gold. So gold sees in distance is a mini hurricane coming, so you just gotta wait for that news here now. First time on a live stream, I made $10. I'm totally going to binge watch your channel. How far would... Listen, if this is your first time on a live stream, go tell all your friends. Go tell your friends they're free live streams. Tell your mom and dad if they're trading. Tell your auntie, your uncle, all your muchachas and muchachos. Tell everyone, right?
Muchachas and muchachos.
Yeah, man. Because Think about it. When I first started, there was nothing like this. Nothing. There was nothing like this, and now you got people like copying us and doing streams for money and doing donations to view charts. I mean, it's a whole fucking circus behind me now. Like I'm walking in the front and there's a circus behind me doing some weird shit, and I'm like, this is not why we started the live streams. Are you guys stupid?
No, not for donations. Like imagine, like when I when I joined Mixer, it was like 20 people watching us.
Yeah.
Watching you. Imagine you would ask for a donation.
Yeah.
The 20 people would have been, nah, this guy crazy.
Oh, they probably report me, man, and get me.
They'll probably report you out. Who the heck is this guy asking for donations?
This guy thinks he's the king. There are 20 people watching this retard.
That's true.
Yeah.
You gotta take it easy, bro. You can't just 20 people. Oh shit, I'm asking for donations.
Yeah, it is what it is. I know you use Forex Factory for news, but how do you know if it's good or bad news? That's something we don't know, right? Because if you look at unemployment claims, they're looking at 750,000. So that's going to be bad news. This means that they are expecting more people to file for unemployment this past month. So I don't know. I mean, NFP was good, ADP was bad. I don't know what's going to happen. Have to wait and see. Core CPI as well, they're expecting good news, but who knows, right? We got to wait. Sir, you are not upload second video in Urdu. No. Because you know what happened? My people, they started emailing me to give them a lot of information for free. A lot. Like the thing about my people is, like, they're good people, but majority of them, I don't know if it's I speak the same language or what, but if you try to give them a finger to hold, they grab the whole hand. They try to grab the whole hand. They're, no, tell us everything. I'm like, man, it's gonna take a long time. It takes a very, very long time. Like, the best way to learn is to just look at the charts. Obviously, look at the charts, but focus on what time are you gonna look at the charts. Like, I'm only gonna look at the charts between 6:30 and 6:30 till 9 a.m. And if I take a trade within that time, I'm done. So I could took a trade, won the trade, and now I'm done. I'm done for the day. NYC dangerously close to second wave, mayor says, as new rules loom. Oh yeah, man. The whole world is dangerously close to the second wave now again. They're all dangerously close. 500,000 people die of cigarettes every year, but hey. Let's just, man, I don't know. We have to go with the flow, right? We can't do anything. Let's take a look here. Ooh, London Open candle. Would you take this trade if would be helpful? Yeah, you know what? We talked about this. It seemed like it go down, but maybe the probability wasn't there for price to continue down. Also, there was news at that time. So yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say is that there was news at that time, like BOE, Gordon Bailey speaking. And he's now speaking again at 11:45. Oh, NYC has curfew of 10 p.m. on all restaurants. See, this is what I don't understand. Like, you can go out during the daytime, you can do whatever you want. But after 10, Corona is going to be outside. Corona's going to be looking for you after 10 p.m.
Yeah, good thing my gym closes at 10.
Yeah. I'd love to smoke a spliff with you and talk about charts. Sorry, I don't do drugs. McDonald's has more bodies than Rona. Yes. Drugs are bad for you, man. Like, I know there are a lot of people here who smoke a joint, and you come to the charts, you start to take a trade and you think it's cool and you think it puts you in the zone, man. Trust me, I used to think the same thing. I used to think the same thing, that is cool, it puts me in the zone, I can concentrate better. No, I can't. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. You need to be mentally really present to see what's going on. Mentally present. You need to be totally aware of what's happening. The first thing I have, apples, you know, fruit in the morning. Gets your brain running. You say that about cigarettes, but then you would say get a, I don't know what you guys are talking about, get a vax. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is break previous support, new low created, waiting for resistance to be formed around this area to enter short. Yes, that would make sense. If we come up to form like a minor resistance, then we could continue back down to retest this low. Hey Raja, I saw you yesterday. Oh, you should have came and say hi to me. So yeah, now all the excitement is finished. Got a winning trade. The viewers dropped down from 2,800 to 2,400. 400 people secured wins and they called it a day. Can you see resistance forming in 5 minutes? No. We need to see it forming in 15 minutes. Or 30 minutes. I entered a buy on GJ on 138.810. 138.810, right over here. Do you think the price will go up? I think price will go up only if we close above 138.670. So since you entered at 810 for a buy position, so you're in a drawdown, you're in a pretty big drawdown over there. So I guess have a stop loss down over here. But if you don't have a stop loss and you're really adamant that price is going to go back up, then that's totally up to you. But yeah, that's what I can advise. Is this the only way you trade? Yes, this is the only way I trade. I wait for price to break support, and I know this pair has a lot of volume. I took the trade. There was a clean candle to the left. Trade made sense. Won the trade. Called it a day. And then tomorrow I'm going to look for the same thing. Any tips on how to improve risk reward for this trading setup? As this strategy relies on high win rate to be profitable, best of both worlds, no? No, there's actually no strategy. This isn't a strategy. So if you're thinking this is a strategy, you really need to reevaluate what you're really studying in the webinars. This is not a strategy. This is simple market movement. That's all what it is. It doesn't require a higher win rate. It requires higher discipline. That's what it needs, right? Because if price is breaking support, it should go to the next support. That's it. It's not a strategy. It's just logical movement of the market. And if you can see this trade happen 10 times or maybe 50 times, and you execute on this same trade 50 times, there's going to be a higher probability that you're going to come out as an overall winner. You know, the problem is going to be when you take a sell, you win the trade, and then you try to look for a buy. You know, you lose the trade, and then you try to look for a retest to take a sell. And what if the probability isn't there for price to go down? Then what happened? Now you lost profits of the sell you took earlier. You know, so it's not a strategy. It's logical movements of how price moves between zones. That's it. Indicators, that's a strategy. Using Fibonacci's, strategy. Using EMAs, that's the strategy. Bollinger Bands, parabolic SARs, RSI, stochastics, those are the strategies. This is price action. You know, you're learning price action, you're trading based on price action, and that's all what you're doing. But you're maintaining discipline, right? If you're not going to be disciplined, if you're going to take 3 trades a day, 4 trades a day, you lose. You deserve to fucking lose, man. It makes no sense. I mean, I take 1 trade a day, 2 trades a day. Sometimes, you know, if I'm up for the week, I will leverage my profits, right? I'll leverage my profits. I won't leverage my principal. I'll leverage my profits to see if I can make more wins, right? But I'm always going to be aware, how much am I risking? How much am I losing? How much am I trading? Am I really over trading? You know, those things I'm also going to look at. So if I have 3 hours to trade, if I have 3 hours to look in the market, I'm not going to spend those 3 hours over trading. I'm going to just take one trade, two trades. If two trades are losses, I'm going to take a look at those losses, and then I'm going to see, okay, if these two trades were losses, like let's say I took a buy on gold after this candle closed bullish, so I took a buy right over here, and that buy ended up in a loss. So now I'm going to say, okay, why was this a loss? And then I'll see, okay, well, we had rejection over here, we had rejection here, so maybe that wasn't a trade to take. So I'm going to make a note of that. That next time, don't take a buy at resistance just because the candle is closing bullish at resistance. So I'm going to make a note of that. And next time if it happens, I'm going to be more aware of that fact. Just like what happened right over here, right? Price came down to support. Don't take a sell just because we're at support. Wait. Waited, candle broke support. Next candle closed with no wick at the bottom. Don't take a sell when candle closed with no wick at the bottom. So what happened? Price went up. And then started strategizing that, okay, if price is going to come down over here at the bottom, how am I going to enter this trade to have a stop loss that would be okay within my risk management and to have a TP to come down over here? So, we took the sell and price came down. But if price went up, stopped us out, then that would have been the trade for the day, Then we would have looked for like another chance, maybe like a resistance forming to come down or whatever the case may be. So there's no strategy. It's either you can read price action or you can slowly get better at reading price action. That's it. What comes in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? What comes in a minute, twice in a moment? I don't know. Thoughts?
I was gonna say something, but never mind.
Good or bad?
Good or bad?
No, it's really bad.
Oh, okay. All right, let's take a look here. Bias is bullish, waiting to see support for price to move up on your JPY. Yep, that's good. But looks like we're breaking below, possibly to come down over here. I don't like price action on your JPY at all, because now we're at this area over here, so who knows what this candle's going to do. Do you double your entry if you fail your first trade? That's another thing that losing traders do. When you lose a trade, you double your entry. Why? Doubling your entry means you're doubling your risk, which means now you're agreeing to put more risk on the table. And when you agree to put more risk on the table and you lose the trade, you're mad at that. What? You're mad at yourself, right? That you put double the risk. Like I used to do that, but then I stopped. Are you Indian? Are you in? No, I'm not Indian. Why do people think I'm Indian? Do I look Indian? Just joking. Did you order Tesla tequila? No, I don't drink alcohol. People try to force trade so bad. Yes. How many times you can subtract 10 from 100? 10 times. No, 9 times. Because the 10 times is 0. Hi Raja, sorry I might have missed it, but I thought you were not trading this month. Well, I decided to break my rules. It's next month. Man, it's crazy. People keep tabs on me. Wow. People keep really notes on me, man. That's kind of amazing and kind of creepy too. Can you explain why is the person sometimes socially, but not a lot. Are you still streaming next month? Yes, we'll still go next month. So looking at your JPY, I'm not taking a trade. I'm just kind of looking at it. Look at this 4-hour candle here, right? We're rejecting this resistance, really, really strong resistance, because look how many times the 4-hour candles rejected resistances over here, a lot of times. So rejecting here, we're coming down to another support area. This is a very crucial area, and you just really got to wait here. This 1 hour candle is about to close in 15 minutes, so it's a good idea to wait to see what happens. Oh. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Took this trade and closed when the rejection started, 24 pip win. Oh, nice. Took a buy over here, price went up. Beautiful, very nice. All right, Jaden's leaving for dinner time. Welcome, welcome. Oh, no, thank you, thank you. Take care. Welcome, welcome. All right, so this 15-minute candle right over here. If this candle breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle, there's a high probability it can continue moving down, because we're in a bearish trend here as well. But that's the only condition. It needs to break below this to continue down. If it won't break below this, then it won't continue down. Can you tell us a story about your most painful losses you took in the market? Yes, this one time, Asian session, gold was at a resistance. I thought it's going to break, so I took buys and went in a $16,000 drawdown. Wasn't fun. Was not fun at all, mate. I actually cried at that time because my account was 28,000 and I was in drawdown for 16,000, and I just, yeah, I was like, shit, man, what should I do now?
So basically, you full margin that buy?
Yeah, basically I took a buy, price went down, so I thought it's just making a wick on the 4 hour to go up, so I took another buy and no stops. And
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, no stops. Price went down, and then I called my buddy. Oh, you know Javier?
Okay.
I called him. I called that idiot. I called him. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm in a drawdown, man. What should I do? He's like, and he's like, oh yeah, bro. What currency? I'm like, it's gold. He's like, oh, mama mia, gold. Yeah, I don't know why I called him. I think I called him to just kind of like get some sort of, I don't know, like
confirmation if
like
you're too close or whatever.
comfort, like comfort that it's gonna go up, and he didn't help me, man.
No, with the Mamma Mia, he just said, "Oh hell no."
Yeah,
The Mamma Mia came in like,
he's like,
it's
ah,
another
shit. Yeah, oh, mama mia.
I'm like, you heard the Mamma Mia. Like, oh no.
Yeah, so yeah, I had to take a loss over there.
It's basically what my bad. Basically what's going on right now in gold. It's at resistance. Somebody is buys right now.
Yeah.
Goes down, Mamma Mia.
This is exactly what was happening. The price was bullish, strong bullish candle. I'm like, bro, this is breaking. Boom, buys. And price came down.
Mamma Mia.
Yeah. I don't know, people talk about that, but in begging, I was overtrading, and believe me, if you overtrade, your best friend will look so sick and it will not go up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man, it was pretty bad. And then after that time, I always used a stop loss. I always used a stop loss. I didn't take any dumbass trades. After that, I waited for candles to close. Did you over risk? Is that the reason your drawdown was pretty good? Yes. Obviously, right? Can't go in a $16,000 drawdown trading 3-cent lots. Like, yeah, you know, so back in the day, you used to take losses, and now this week, no losses. This week, all wins. I'm so happy. After such a long time, I've had a week with 0 losses. I feel like Ted. Hope you're doing well. Just curious to know how to execute the gold trade on yesterday Asian session. Could you please explain? Yeah, if you go to yesterday's live stream, go to the 14-minute mark. I explained that whole trade yesterday. Broke it down. Yeah, looks like we're at the strong support, and we just kind of like, yeah, just gotta wait over here. I thought the 15-minute can go down, but it didn't, because I think we're also at a very, very strong support. Do you trade around Christmas and New Year's and the beginning of January? I'm probably gonna come back the 10th of January. So I'm gonna be here. Live streams are gonna continue on as, like as normal, but with trading, I'm gonna come back at like 10th, yeah, probably like 10th January. Come back at like 10th January. Ooh, look at that. There's 15-minute coming down now. Just had to make a top wick over here. Why? Why? Because it's holidays. What do you mean why? I'm gonna enjoy my holidays. Because it's holidays, man. December, first week of January. Live life. Enjoy holidays. Charts are gonna be here forever. Well, unless things change drastically, but I think the charts are going to stay here for the most of next year and the year after that. So, what I tell people is that you can put yourself in a really, really, really good position to make really good money in trading only if you are disciplined for 3 months. That's all what it takes. It takes 3 months to be focused on one trade a day, and in 3 months you'll start to see a change. You'll start to see, if not a change, you'll start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what it is. Just got to stay disciplined for 3 months. That's it. So you got what? If you're taking a break till January, from January till March, be disciplined, man. April, May, June, July, August, you're going to start to see some profits. September, October, November, December, you're going to start to see big profits. So it's going to take a whole year of discipline for you to get to where you want to be. But man, listen, most people, they can't be disciplined. They can't. You just overtrade, over risk, doesn't work. Look at this. This has now potential to continue down, fill this wick, and then continue further down. So in this case, we can say that there was probably it didn't really form some sort of a resistance here, because it's respecting the high of the previous candle, breaking the low over here now again to continue further. Let's take a look at this chart here, your USD. Oh, nice. Clean candles here as well. Beautiful. See this setup, your USD setup? This is so much better than your JPY setup, because your JPY came to this resistance potential turn support here, but your USD had clean move, clean traffic. Beautiful. Oh, someone took that EJSL too. Did you see the picture ICT Market posted yesterday on YouTube? Scary thoughts. I don't know who that is.
You know that EJ is doing that kind of setup that GJ tends to do with the news in London. Tends to rally, and then New York retrace all the way back and becomes a bearish daily candle.
Oh yeah,
because the daily candle, it did just a retest to the previous candle, to the previous daily.
Yeah, I see that. Hasn't broken the high, but has broken the low.
Yeah.
So,
nice. Now we have potential to become to close as a bearish daily candle. But I mean, who knows?
All right, let's do this. So this is the point where the daily candle has to turn bearish. So let's take a look on the 4-hour. Over here, 4-hour resistance. Taking a look on the 1-hour time frame. Okay, I see it. Yeah, it matches up with this rejection here as well. So if we cross this area, then we got a clean room coming down.
Yeah,
Maybe,
basically, yes.
yeah, maybe a speed bump over here.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Yeah, but at that point, the daily candle is gonna be turning bearish, so that should make the EG continue to retest the the low around 123 800 easily. So yeah, it's just something to consider.
Is GJ better to trade in London or New York session? Are they both? They both are good. I mean, this past week we've seen massive moves in London session. You know, this past week I've woken up in New York and I've seen London session. I'm like, holy man. Every London session has been a blessing for people who traded London session. So both are good. You know, but you just have to focus on one session. Just focus on one session and you're going to get better at that. Trust me. Trust me. You know, I've been on the stream since May 2020. The last 3 weeks, I went 7 wins and 1 loss. Oh, beautiful. On trades and seen my account grow than before when I was over trading and now. Man, I have people in the group who started 3 months ago and they'd be over trading to the point where I would get like frustratingly mad, you know, because every day it'd be the same thing. So how was today? Oh yeah, I was good, man. I took a win and I took 2 more trades and I shouldn't have taken those trades and I still took those trades and I lost, man. I can't seem to stop over trading. Those people this week, they've been disciplined. They've been disciplined, and you know who you guys are. You guys have been disciplined. You're having a blue week so far just because you're focusing on 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. I think the only reason I now do these live streams is to just keep on repeating 1 to 2 trades a day, 1 to 2 trades a day, secure, 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 manage risk, and slowly people are getting, you know, like these good habits are rubbing off on them, and they're actually making money. People need to wrap their head around the fact that you're giving us the recipe. No over trading. Stick to 1 pair, 1 session. It's so simple. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Bank holiday, bank holiday, bank holiday. Because look at it this way, right? Go out there and talk to anyone and tell them that you trade, right? Tell them that you trade. The first, if not the first, the second thing that we'll always say is that, oh, I heard everyone loses in trading. I heard people always lose money in trading. I only know guys who've lost money. And then you can say, well, you know, because they overtrade. They sit on the charts all day, and you can ask them, okay, why do they lose money? And they're like, oh, I don't know, man. I know this guy, he's on the charts all day long, and he's trading all day long, and he's still losing, and that's the problem. People stay on the charts all day long, right? Look at that, we're coming down to fill this week. They stay on the charts all day long. They keep on looking for trades all day long. They look at multiple pairs all day long, you know, it doesn't make any sense. And look here, man, I just look at 1 pair, I trade that pair and 1 to 2 trades a day, and as time goes on, you just keep getting better and better and better and better. What is rules around number of trades? I'm not going to repeat that again. We repeated that like 10 times today. We had 3 profitable trades in the London session. The one you took today, I took with paper trading. Oh, very nice. Why are you so profitable and don't make ton of money by risking more? I think it's up to what your goals are and what you can take from the market. That's what it is. And yeah, I think that's what it is. And that was a dumb question too, and like, you know, that's why I answered it the way I did. I missed the trade, but Raja, how was your profit only 11 pips when the range was 28 pips? Because I closed at 11 pips. How much percentage do you take every time you secure profits? Most times I take 100% profit, but sometimes I take 90% and leave the rest 10% running. There's a mouse pad for over trading. Yeah, that's true. It's right over here. This was on the floor here today. This mouse pad right over here. The 3 rules. Look at this. The 3-strike rule. If you get 3 wins in a row, you call it a day. 2 wins in a row, you call it a day. 2 losses, you call it a day. Come back to the next day. The 3-strike rule to avoid over trading. Here, JPY is also rejecting that area now. Ooh, look at that. New candle started now. This is a New York open candle. Let's look at gold. Gold is still ranging. Gold is waiting for news here, man. Gold is waiting for news. In 30 minutes, there's going to be news over here. JPY, the candles are still closing bearish. 15-minute candle closed bearish, but it closed above this minor support. Plus also we're at this very, very strong support. This gets very, very, very risky if you try to take a trade at this point here. Let's take a look at US 30 here. Ooh, US 30 is falling down now. Are we gonna retrace all the way down towards 28,950?
Easily 29,000.
No.
The only thing that is kind of tricky is the news.
Yeah.
That looks like this move, the entire move from the start of the week can be corrected. 28,860 and maybe even deeper. Yeah, I'll be looking for some sells on US 30 around 10 a.m. today.
Since you already took your trade for today, can you talk about motivation and discipline to reach your goals? Yeah, just be disciplined and you'll reach your goal, and it's going to take time. See, the way how I look at it is that if things aren't going well for me today, I'm going to look at where I'm going to be in the next year. I'm going to start picturing myself where I'm going to be in next year. And that visualization of your next year shouldn't have to be extreme. Shouldn't think about, oh yeah, I'm going to have a Lambo or a house, or I'm going to have millions of dollars. No. It's going to be realistic, right? If you're in debt, and if you can pay off this debt in like a year and a half, start looking at a year down the road and start looking to see that, okay, man, like, you know what, things are going to be better. I'm going to be better in certain ways. If you're looking to see you're going to be better like a certain trader, start looking at it. Okay, next year, I'm not, hey, Jack, how you doing? We can see Jack. Oh, Jack waved at us and now Jack's gone. Yeah, right. So, start visualizing how you're going to be for the next year, right? If you're trying to get disciplined, just know that, hey, like, you know what, if you're going to focus on 1 or 2 trades, 100% within a year, you will be mentally in a very different position. And I talk to a lot of people, right? And like a lot of people have told me this, that since their discipline has gone up in trading, that has affected things they do in their real life as well. I know that has affected me. Because, like, in trading, you have to be very, very disciplined, very patient. And I think that type of personality, it waterfalls into your real life as well. So, I mean, it all boils down to the same thing. You just got to be disciplined. Like 1 to 2 trades a day. Be very, very patient. It's very simple, but we overcomplicate it by thinking about different scenarios or how things can play out and how they can't play out.
I think also people aren't used to the idea of actually putting in the work. Everyone thinks they work hard, but you don't work hard until you're doing this job. This job is the hardest job in the world. And people expect to win when 90% of people lose. and they don't realize to be in the 10%, you have to be on top of your game every single day. There's no room for error. And I think once you start to understand that and you have respect for what you're doing, the whole landscape changes. Your whole view changes on things. The opportunities change. The success changes. People don't respect trading. They don't respect it. I mean, I look at the questions that we get in the chats every day. There's no respect there. We shouldn't have to tell you how to manage your risk. We shouldn't tell you what's a good starting balance for yourself to trade. You know, when I should trade, how I should trade, what should I do? Like we shouldn't even be telling you that. You should be coming here ready to work and have charts and say, this is what I'm looking to execute today because I've already put in the work. But 90% of the people in the chats, they're not ready to work, and then they want the results. And it's you got to be able to do a lot of this on your own and be comfortable making mistakes and be comfortable researching, be comfortable coming with questions and, you know, doing that work. And I don't think a lot of people are yet. But when you get there, you'll see the results.
I feel like that's most professions though. Everyone thinks being a realtor is easy until they get into it. 80% of new realtors quit within the next year because they lose the drive. That's what happens. They get in, so like, here's the thing, right? A mentally demanding job is where you need to be present there all the time. You need to be constantly be out there, right? And most people, they get in those jobs not because of passion, just because to make like a quick buck. You know, like I know people who got into real estate just to make quick money, and now they're kind of like, you know, they're getting lazy. They're not really putting enough work. But when you're going to get into a profession where it requires you to be out there, it requires you to be truly passionate about it, then you're going to succeed at it. Like, let's say if you're a realtor and you're not using social media, like let's say you're not making videos on social media or giving tips out there, obviously you're going to lose the interest, you're going to lose the drive. If you're not out there door knocking, looking for prospects for real estate, or if you're not out there, like, you know, sending flyers, of course you're going to get bored. If you get no contacts, you don't make any calls, like to see who's selling, who's looking for buyers, you're going to lose interest. You know, and the same thing comes with trading too. Like if you're going to come to trading just to make money, it's not going to work out. But if you come here just because you like the way how candles form, just because it's a challenge, right? If certain things happen once, and if you're looking to see if that happens again, then you're going to be more passionate about it. Then you're going to have more drive to come back the next day and see that, hey, let's see if I can get this done again. Let's see if this same thing happens again. Or let's see if I can manage my risk better today than I did yesterday, or last time I closed a position somewhere at, let's say, in 10 pip profits, let's see if we can get down to 12 pip profits or 15 pip profits. Like, you know, so everything in life is a hustle. Like easiest thing in life is to do something to get paid for it. That's the easiest thing. That's where you're earning money. But when you're making money, you make money when you're passionate about certain things. And, like, you know, with the work you do, it just shows that you're passionate about it.
I think also too, I read a lot of comments here. People are complaining about Instagram and how there's so many people that are fake. That doesn't have any bearing on your success. I hate to say that, but if you weren't on social media right now, how would you be learning Forex? What would you be doing? That is how you should approach FX. The fact that, you know, Raja does these streams, yes, it's a what's the word? It's an accelerated course per se, because you see results every day, you see the information we give out, you can see that it makes sense. You know, we take wins, we take losses, etc. But if this wasn't here, ask yourself, how would I learn Forex? What would I do? A lot of what you're going to do is just you looking at the charts and saying, why is this happening? That's literally, that is the biggest question that you can ask the charts and say, why is this happening? And then say, how can I capitalize on this? Or how can I avoid this? That's literally all you're doing. And you're saying, hey, what goes up must go down. When does it go down? How does it go down? How does it go up? Why does it go up? And keep asking those questions why. There's no necessity for you to have a mentor. There's no reason for you to follow anybody on social media that trades. You should be able to develop your own idea of trading and what works for you based on you just looking at the charts and asking why. And I mean, honestly, that is probably, I would say, 80% of my education was me sitting in front of the charts on the weekend for an hour, you know, or when I was eating dinner. Anytime that I had a point where I was stuck somewhere. So I was stuck on the bus, I was stuck on a subway, I was stuck eating dinner at the table. I would open up my chart and take a look at it and just marvel and say, why did that happen today? What was the reason the market moved down? What was the reason the market moved up? And then I had my homework for the next hour on the internet. I would just go through, read news, take a look at the chart again, see what happened previously in previous days, previous weeks, what happened last year at this time. And I would just go through that information and say, okay, that's the reason why that happened. And then I would look to see if it happens again. What's the pattern? How do you think we figured out that, you know, these different pushes, you know, New York Session Open, London Open, you know, the New York Stock Exchange Open, London Close, things of that nature. We started to see the same patterns over and over again. And we started to recognize the idea of, well, how can we capitalize on this? If this happens constantly, how can we capitalize on this? And how do we capitalize in terms of how many pips are we going to get? What are we looking for exactly? What do we have to stay away from? Like, you know, if you look at GJ right now, we bounced off a daily level. So, you know, it might be harder to trade a sell position right now. But, you know, if you'd taken sells before, it made a whole lot of sense. Now it doesn't make sense to take sells. You know, 4 years ago, we didn't think of that. We didn't look too closely at that. Now we're aware of those things. So you have to realize that asking the question why is going to be the biggest revelation to your trading. You know, why am I over leveraging? Why am I over risking? Why am I over trading? Ask those questions why. Don't come here and say, how can I prevent those things? Ask why you're doing that. Look deep inside and just ask why. As soon as you start answering the questions why, at the beginning of your trading career, there's probably going to be about 10,000 questions on why. Why did this happen? Why are people using this broker? Why am I losing money? Why can't I make a bigger deposit? Why can't I do this? And as you start your as your trading career progresses, those questions of why disappear one by one. And then now it's okay, you have no more whys, and it's just execution. So I think at this point, if that's the way that you approach trading, you don't need Instagram, you don't need us. You can go off and do what you want. The reason why people get so mad at us is because you learn so much and then you realize how simple it was, and then you're like, well, these guys just teach the basics. Well, that's what trading is, basic. It's basic. It's been around for 100 years. Like, I mean, this is basic. It's not, it hasn't changed. The dynamic of the market hasn't changed in a sense of now the market does circles. No, it just goes up and down. It doesn't do circles. So it's always going to go up and down. It's how to capitalize on up and down. I lost Raja. He hates when I talk.
You want to look coffee.
He's like, oh man, Ted's gonna talk again.
It's probably okay. Ted is gonna talk. I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah. He's like, good.
Looks like we're gonna have a nice sales on US 30 today, Ted.
Yeah, you know, the only thing that I worry about is we hit that daily range. But if it's like a 50-50 draw. Like if we have that daily range and it fills, then that's an easy sell.
Yeah.
But if we don't fill it, then that's a problem. But I mean, the futures market now is talking about the pause of the coronavirus. So now it's gonna all dip again.
Oh yeah.
Ted, check Instagram. Ted, do I use indicators? Nope. Ted, see your face. I don't have a webcam on my computer. It's funny. This computer was built just for trading, so it's very bare bones. It doesn't have all these different things on it. I think you guys think it's important to see people's faces. I never really cared too much about that.
They probably want to see your expression when you're in drag down or taking profits.
Yeah, maybe that's true too.
Yeah.
Please provide your thoughts on mechanical algos versus discretionary trading. I'm trying to find what works for me, and advice would be much appreciated. Well, I think the first thing is you have to understand, are you a computer programmer? That'd be the first thing. Because algorithms programmed by people that do not have any programming experience or financial backgrounds are a recipe for disaster. I see now social media has taken the interest of, hey, we can't teach anymore because Raja made everything free on the internet and we can't make money on that anymore. So we're going to sell you algorithms that just happened to show up like last week by people that have no finance background or finance experience or programming experience. That's just a recipe for disaster. I just want to advise that if you're going to follow algorithms, you can. Some of them work really well. Manage your risk and make sure that you have full control over your money. Nobody should be putting restrictions on your money. Nobody should be you should not be paying a fee to use the algorithm. You should be paying a percentage of the profits gained. That is the only time that you should use an algorithm. When you have full control on your money, you have full control over the risk of your money, and you are not paying anything to use it other than when the algorithm makes money.
Also, you shouldn't be paying to get out of the algorithm.
Right.
I heard there's a 10%.
So
charge.
That's just normal common sense. Don't get caught up in the hype. Don't get caught up in what other people are doing. Use logic. At the end of the day, your money is your money. Anytime you place it somewhere, you should have full control to do whatever you want to do with your money. There should never be a restriction on your money. If there's a restriction on your money, that's a red flag. That's not fair to you, And that's just simple logic. If I went to a bank and the bank told me I can't take my money out this week, I got to wait till, next January, I wouldn't be banking with that bank. Okay? This is common sense. This is normal life 101. This is not against anybody, anyone, anything exactly. If you're going to use an algorithm, you need full control over your money, and you need to make sure that you're not paying for it monthly. The only thing you pay is a percentage of the profits. That's basically understanding what you have to do. And if you're looking for algorithms and you're looking for all that stuff, make sure that you don't risk money you can't afford to lose. Can you explain briefly how the month of December will affect the market? Well, it doesn't necessarily affect the market either way. The month of December is like any other month. There's holidays in there. So, a lot of people take time off. So maybe, the volume changes a bit. The question you have to ask yourself is, if you've been working the entire year on the charts and you have a chance to spend time with your family and friends during the holidays, you should be looking to do that instead of trading the market. A lot of us take the middle of December off till the middle of January, just because there's a lot of holidays in those times. There's a lot of times where banks are closed. There's different things going on. And yes, there's volume, there's volatility, and some people love doing that. I look at it from the standpoint is, I've worked all year. Now I have a 3 or 4 week holiday where, the market moves, but maybe it doesn't move that much in a day. Maybe, it whipsaws a lot. There's holidays in between. You have people to see or things to do. Enjoy your time off. Come back refreshed. I've never missed not trading in the middle of December to the middle of January. I've seen big pip gains. I've seen 100 pip days. It hasn't bothered me, because you know what? All throughout this year, we've done the exact same thing. So just use your discretion and think to yourself, what's more important? Time with family and friends, the holiday season, or trying to squeak out money, Christmas Eve or Boxing Day, as an example, or, New Year's Eve, things like that. Like, don't put yourself in that position. Enjoy the process. Take those 3 or 4 weeks that you take off to review your whole entire year, where you had good times, where you had bad times, map out a plan for the following year. Hey, February was pretty crappy for me, so I got to be careful, but I had a really great June, so I'm going to look forward to June of this year. Things of that nature.
Yeah, and that's where it usually takes a lot of time, because like you're basically spending weeks just waiting for the next week and then next week. Hey, you guys make millions. Why don't you move to Caribbean? I don't make millions. I don't know about it.
I don't make millions.
So I'll comment on that just because I'm in a good mood for some reason.
You probably have McDonald's breakfast.
There's tons of ways to do things for tax advantages and tax avoidance, not tax evasion. So learn the difference between the two. Tax avoidance versus tax evasion. You can do a lot of things from the comfort of your own home. There's a lot of ways to have remote businesses. There's lots of ways for you to gain citizenships to different countries without you having to visit those countries. So there's lots of ways for you to open bank accounts without having to visit in certain countries. So don't necessarily think you have to move to a favorable tax location for you to take advantage of those tax conditions. That's the only thing I will say on that. Do not DM me and ask me how to do it, because if you get to that level where you have to do it, you will learn how to do it. This is sort of asking people how to change the oil on a Ferrari when you have a Honda. Worry about changing the oil on a Ferrari when you actually have the Ferrari. Right now, worry about changing the oil on the Honda so that the Honda still continues to go. And those are the only comments I will make on tax avoidance issues or challenges, or how to keep more money in your pocket.
Yes. Yeah, I guess once you start crossing levels, you start looking at things, how you could do them a little bit differently. So you can save here, you can save there. Yeah, that's what I'm learning now.
Tax avoidance, not tax evasion.
Yes. Well, because tax evasion is illegal. Tax
Definitely.
avoidance isn't, right? So if you own a business, you're practicing tax avoidance because you're
Yes.
putting stuff into your business to allow you to pay less tax. You're not evading tax. You're using the tax system to your advantage. So it's a tax avoidance versus a tax evasion.
Yes.
Because we do not want to promote any activities here that would be, YouTube violations.
Yeah, tax evasion, basically you're saying, hey, I'm not going to pay tax.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that. It's like,
yeah, tax avoidance is like where, okay, here's how it is, right? Here's how I understand it, and here's how I move forward with it, right? What I know is that if I live in Canada, if the money I make, it lands in Canada, I have to pay tax based on that. If money does not land in Canada and it lands somewhere else in my name, then I have to pay tax based on that jurisdiction. And then you can do certain things about how you can be paid from there, here, and there. So that's complicated accounting. I don't know much about that. But that's how I understand it. But if you just say, hey, I'm not going to pay tax, then you're going to get in trouble.
Yes, that is very true. And truthfully, when you get to a certain level in terms of finances, you start to realize that, taxation is a part of life, but it allows you to open up your mind to how to work with the tax system. Suddenly you're doing things that you not necessarily would do. As an example, so let's say you have a rewards plan, right? And your rewards plan gives you a free flight once you hit 1,000 points, okay? So stay with me here. It's a little complicated, but you'll figure it out. I've got 910 points. I need 1,000 points to get a free flight. So what I would do, people would turn around and say, well, you want a free flight. So maybe you take a flight to somewhere that's 3 hours away and come back that costs you $300 so that you get the extra 10 points because the flight that you're going to be receiving is worth $1,000, right? So that's similar to when you run a business and you have tax situations, right? Maybe you purchase things instead of having the money go to the government, you purchase them for yourself. You're still putting out money, but there's more of a benefit for you. So when you start looking at tax that way, it becomes a little bit easier on your mind than saying, well, now we have to buy, now the government's taking all the money from me. It's like, no, if you're smart, you will allow the government to take the least amount from you, but you will now reward yourself for the work that you've done. So the rule of thumb is either you pay yourself or you pay the government. So when you're being taxed by the government, you find as many opportunities to reduce your tax as you can. So maybe you have a business and you have a business corporation and you're trading and you're making a lot of money trading. Maybe it's advantageous to open up a location that you can trade from, or advantageous to recognize your bedroom as your office and start having your parents, force you to pay rent, if you're at home, or, maybe you rent a location or you rent things or lease things so that you can reduce your taxable income. things of that nature, because you're either going to give the money to the government where you have no benefit, or you're going to take a benefit and give less money to the government. So it's really, you know, part of, you know, finance and trading is also understanding tax and accounting. And that may be something you want to do over the weekends when you're not trading, is look up rules on how to, you know, reduce your taxable income. Maybe that's something that you'd want to do too.
All right, so we got like 10 seconds left over here for news to come in. Let's see, if unemployment gets high, do we get a andale on gold?
Andale, andale.
Andale.
Should be nice buys.
See, yeah, it's going up.
The news should pop up.
Yeah,
Perhaps
popped up.
some buys top 1873.50. Let's see. Still there.
So this is, ooh, good news. CPI was bad. Kind of evens out here a little bit. Wow, look at this candle. Let's take a look at this 4 hour. 4 hours is good too. 4 hours trying to go up, but then it keeps getting rejected from this area. Is it better to keep your profits in your wallet on your broker beside than your own personal bank account? Well, that depends on who you trust more, your broker or your bank account, your broker or the bank, because they're both the same thing. Like, they're both holding money. At any time, they can say, "Oops, we don't have it." It's just based on trust. How to understand if news is good or bad for the pair? That's pretty tough. So for example, if you look at this news here, I mean, I just look at news that CPI was bad. Oh, okay, CPI was bad, and this unemployment was good. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So now I'm looking at that. I'm like, okay, well, probably gold is ranging, and since both news was like, this was bad, this was good. So in my mind, kind of like evens out each other, right? But then you really need to understand what CPI really is, like down to what level it affects the US dollar. You really need to understand that. You need to understand what core CPI is, and then you truly need to understand how unemployment claims are going to affect the economy over this month, right? Once you really start reading into those things, then you start to form a higher time frame bias that, okay, like, you know, in this month this happened, next month based on this that will happen, and then that will happen. To me, that's a lot of information, you know, and once I start processing a lot of information, I start deviating from the simple information that I already know. That's just me personally. So I just stick to price action. And if, let's say, if this news was super good, if everything was good, then, like, you know, we could say, okay, if this was good, then that would mean gold should continue moving down, right? But if the news was super bad, if everything was bad, then we could say, okay, like, you know what, then there's a high chance for gold to move up, you know. But then at the same time, you also need to know, like, which is a more prominent news. Is unemployment claims more prominent, or is CPI most prominent? So if gold starts breaking 1872, then I'm gonna find solitude in the fact that, okay, well, maybe this was more prominent since this was bad and gold started to move up. I may be wrong, but based on technical analysis, if we do start breaking above, you know, 1872, let's say 50, where Kevin's buy stop was, then we could say, okay, yeah, then there's a high chance for price to move up. But news is a very wide topic. Like, you need to be up to date with every news that's happening. Jeevan does a pretty good job at that. Like, you know, he's very in tune with whatever is happening. Like, you go to his free Telegram channel, man, he's just posting over and over and over again. Like, it all started with a joke. He was in our group and he used to post stuff there in the group, like, a lot. And then I said, hey man, instead of flooding the chat, why don't you open up your own channel? He's like, all right, I'll do that.
He got mad.
Yeah. He's like, all right, fuck you guys. I'll go open my own
Fuck
channel.
you.
And then he opened up
Here
his
comes-
Telegram.
Here come gold.
Oh yeah, there
Gold is
goes
coming
gold.
for you.
Yeah, my buy stop got activated.
Ándale, gold. Let's go out from 1873, please.
Let's bring the cheetah out for Kervin. Kervin is looking at it like a cheetah. All right, it's a cheetah.
Cheetah.
Watching another 30-second candle.
Yeah, you guys can see the cheetah on YouTube, not on Zoom. What percentage to take at 10 pips? That's totally up to you. I mean, you can secure 80%, 70%, 50%. What's up with the cheetah? The cheetah is staring at this candle, and the longer the cheetah stares at the candle, it should go up. But statistical probability, it's recorded, is that whenever we've had the cheetah out, it has basically scared the candle to go the opposite way.
I know, man.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, no, it's
Nah,
proven.
trust, Mac.
So maybe this is
Oh,
going to
man.
be the opposite probability.
Trust Macarena.
Hey, listen.
Once we cleared 1873, it's good.
Yeah,
Problem is, our prices right now is tricky. But
Yeah.
yeah. You really need to be really, really experienced, right? If someone's taking this trade just because someone else is taking this trade, don't fuck up. I know someone's doing that right now. Someone's doing that right now. I'm not doing that. You know, leave it to the experienced people. Wow, if it pumps up, man, it's gonna pump up hard.
yeah, it's gonna be a nice push.
Straight, boom.
Because easily we can get 1876 if we break from 1873.
Ooh, this 5 minutes should push it. I think as long as it stays above 1871, it should be good.
Mhm.
Yeah, buddy. Ooh. US30 moved up. GJ came back up to that area there which it broke. I'm thinking of bailing out of this trade now that the cheetah is here. If you're thinking of bailing out of the trade because of the cheetah, I think maybe close like 60%. Because if you took the trade that you think it's going to go up, and if you're getting scared, don't close the whole thing. Close like 60%. Because the cheetah is there. Cheetah's getting bigger and the candle's getting smaller. No. All right. If you put a peregrine falcon right there, you can secure entry. Oh.
Goddamn cheetah.
GG's back up to that level. Yeah, we're gonna remove the cheetah here. Oh. Sorry, that happened to me too twice. So I had to do it.
The cheetah scared the gold candle again.
The probability is
Man.
getting higher and higher now with the cheetah. Yeah. See, it's ranging. It's ranging for something. Look at that. It's a big, nasty range.
Yep,
You know.
I haven't touched
Ranging
gold.
for a nice move to the upside, trust.
Yeah.
But I need, if anybody's holding this trade, I need them to close so this trade can continue going up.
Close it. You're holding it down.
Market maker, man.
The issue with gold right now is the weekly candle is way too bearish. So there's too much pressure from the downside still. I think you'll probably get a little bit of more information next week. Like I said, I don't trust gold right now when it ranges like that because it's just going to burn your account. It's easier just to watch it, and then when we actually get a catalyst and it starts to move, take advantage of that.
Yeah, if you have a look on the H4 and H1 TED, look how many rejections there are.
Yep.
Gold.
Yeah.
So I'd rather wait for the close above, then take a trade, or just miss it than risk it. Than risk the buy. I'd rather miss the buy. I think yesterday it failed to close below, so could be doing the top wick for the candle today at 1876, rejecting from there, then closing. It's a long way to close bearish, but it is gold.
Yeah, I mean, all we're doing technically, if with the story with gold, is we're rejecting off of the weekly support. So my caution is, where do we reject up to, right? And that's where I sort of worry about that. And then, I mean, if we look at our daily candles have sort of been consolidating for the most part, right? They haven't really done one thing or another. So, you know, it makes sense when we say, okay, we can move to, 1876 or 1877, or, whichever range we're looking at. The problem becomes, do we have enough support from, and I mean, not support resistance, but just enough, backing behind the daily candle to make that happen based on the current pattern that we see. That's why I tend to sort of stay away when we've had a big move, because now the market has sort of taken what it needed to. Like we talked about this on Tuesday when we saw gold, right? And I said, gold really, you need to get a definite answer to do something. And we thought the next day on that, it started to drop, that it would be a continuation, but it looked like it just stalled again at the support level at like 1860, so to speak. So now we're in that same position again. So really we need to get rid of the consolidation, and then when we get the breakout, I think we'll have that move to the upside, if we are intended to do that. But we need, to be honest, we need more rejection on the downside here. We need more rejection, right? For like a bigger overall move. Like there's no doubt that we can probably get back up here. Like this will probably go right to here, and everybody takes a win. But in between, in this area here, it could be very tough, because you're on the 4-hour candle, so your 1-hour candle can go up, and then the next 1-hour candle prints down, and it really punishes you, because we can go right back into this range here every single time before we actually take off, right? So it's just more of a cautionary approach because of the way the daily candle looks, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we can't get up there. It's just, for me personally, it's too tough for me to trade that because of the way the daily structure is. So my mind does not allow me to really look at trades with the daily structure being that way, because the daily structure is consolidating. There's not enough information for me to get that push. That's all.
And there's only 30 pips up to that zone. Whereas
right.
If you look at the hour, look where your wick is. It's like 30 pips up, but you've got to risk 50.
Right. Well, that's exactly it. And the other thing too is, I mean, are we going to get that move up? Because I mean, what you're effectively saying is we have to leave this zone over here. So this zone has to be left clean. The issue becomes, right now, this candle hasn't really left clean. The next candle in the hourly could pull right back down into this zone right over here,
Candle could.
and then push up, right? So now you look at yourself and you say, okay, well, where do I place my stops, right? It just doesn't help me when we have this kind of pattern here compared to something that looks like this, right? We have something that looks like this, or we have something that looks like this over here on the other side, where we have a nice rejection, and then we have the continued move up with stronger candles. These, we might have it over here, like it might continue up in this area here. These candles might become stronger, but over here, the first couple of candles, I don't like to get involved with that.
And I've got news later and the speech as well. So if it pulls back, that could be the catalyst for the break for the daily. But we are a long way off the daily. But again, it's gold, so 100 pips is nothing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You secure some profits, Macaronian.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You guys got it.
Thank you, man.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. Yeah, the cheetah didn't win.
Yeah, the cheetah went away and gold sneaked past.
I just need the 1876, man, please.
Nah, I closed at 74.
Cheetah's back.
Oh, you closed completely?
Yeah, no, I closed completely.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, with this 15-minute closing like this.
That's a good thing for me, to be honest. The 15-minute.
No, yeah, I actually closed good.
Yeah, I think you're good till 1877, I'd say.
I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna get you
that-
76 as well, Kerwin.
Yeah,
Hey.
for that
Yeah,
wick right there.
I'm securing 75. I'm securing 75 because basically this 1 hour candle, I wanted to see some sort of pushes to 1876, 1877, but I don't know if this 15-minute candle is gonna retest the previous resistance which you just broke.
You know,
Other than that, we're Gucci, man. Should be a nice trade. Yeah, should be nice.
yeah, you know what scares me is like how Ted was saying, like the candle could pull back at any time.
Yeah, I mean daily looks scary, and the weekly even
and the
more
weekly even
scary
more.
to take buys. But the structure is there, so that's why I wanted to play it safe outside that range from 1873 50. That's basically a better trade.
Right, good thing we banged.
My Dion Ang, I didn't have a stop loss set it, but at that time when I do the buy stops or sell stop, I manage the trades accordingly to the candles the way they are forming, and I don't have a stop loss at that point. So right now my stop loss is basically a break even. But yeah, should be a nice move. We're becoming so good at this, man. Trust.
Yeah. Beautiful. Very nice, Kevin. Very nice.
A year ago was completely different.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I was trading gold a year
Oh,
ago.
dang on to clap those.
Okay.
oh man.
Help, Roger. I'm in drawdown.
Okay, gold. Very nice.
Nice. 1875.
Wow, wow.
Nice
Wow,
one.
wow, we win. High five. I like.
Oh, wow. This is... Okay. No. Yeah, this is good. Good one. Nice. We broke up.
It'll go right to 1877.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
I really don't know how to count pips on gold. It's really easy. If gold moves by $1, that's 10 pips. That's it. That's how you gotta count it. Like if it goes from 1874.50 to 1875.50, that's a $1 gain. So that's 10 pips. So now you see it came down $2 almost. So
Yeah, watch how it pulls back now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the deadly pullback.
The daily pullback.
The deadly.
I thought you said the daily pullback.
Deadly. Size.
Yeah.
You trade gold, just get in, get out. That's it.
I think there's some people here looking for sells on GG as a retest. I think if a candle closes bearish here, or I see some bearish, or see some lower lows being made at 15-minute, then we could say that we may continue down. That could be the 4-hour wick fill though. Because if the 4-hour closes below this area, then that means it's closing below this previous potential resistance.
I think on GJ, if it closes below it, you can get a retest on 13800, 780-ish. Look for sells. So retest that, like you say, fill that wick, retest that low.
Yeah. But yeah, that's exactly the thing. So, but I have to go. I have to leave. Whoever won the trade today, congratulations, man. We won a GJ sell, and then like if you guys won the gold trade, perfect, beautiful, yeah, perfect. We're winners.
Hey, you put the cheetah back.
Yay! Hey,
The cheetah.
The cheetah's back.
The cheetah's back.
Cheetah's like, "Arr."
Hey, so we got 965 likes. Make it 1,000.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
let's do 1,000, man.
Let me go. Let me
Okay,
go give a
there's
like.
65
bottles.
was mine.
I'm on the Zoom, but every day I go on and like it.
Pop bottles.
Let's go. Give me 1,000 likes. Come on.
Come on. Oh,
Come on.
that was quick. That
Refugees!
was like
Yes!
that was
The
like a news
refugees
spike.
came in.
The
Refugees.
refugees came in clutch.
Very nice.
It is nice. High five. Good like king.
Tell me
Bye
where
bye.
you come from.
Yeah. All right.
Bye, guys.
Awesome. Perfect. Take care, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
Don't overtrade. Don't overtrade. If you've been here on the stream since we started, there's no reason for you to take another trade. Right? So perfect. Awesome. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
And people who
Yeah.
don't like us, man, fuck you guys. Don't come back tomorrow.
Yeah,
But we're gonna be here again.
That's the best thing you
We're
ever
gonna be
said
here
in this stream,
man,
brother.
that was fucking cold.
Period.
I even got shivers. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
shit. I'm not coming back
Come
tomorrow.
on. Don't come back tomorrow. But we'll be here tomorrow.